Y ya estamos online. ¡Mola!
Well, in Ralph's case, the nostalgia he has sort of represents the nostalgia Rich and I had for our childhoods. And I think the idea that he now is forced to confront change. So the movie really is about nostalgia versus the future and how Ralph can sort of have a foot in both worlds. At first, he's very resistant to change and very wants to hold on tight to his way of life. But the internet is all about change. Everything is constantly changing. And so by the end of the film, I think he's learned to, if not embrace the change, he's accepted it. And he is happy with his nostalgic life at home, but he's also, has embraced the idea that life can't ever stay exactly the same. And I think nostalgia we all have, it's what memory is. It's what, our childhoods are. So I think nostalgia exists in all of us.
¡Ralph, que es genial! ¡Nos vamos a Internet!
¡Súper emocionante! Solo una cosilla. ¿Qué es Internet?
Yeah, there are some great aspects of it. There are some not so great aspects of it. And we wanted it to feel like a place that you could, it's kind of like any city, it's like where we're from, Los Angeles. It's like there's some great parts of Los Angeles. There's some not great parts of Los Angeles. So we wanted it to feel like you could walk into that place and go into different buildings, like they're, the websites are like shops, or they're like skyscrapers or businesses. And that's kind of what we did with the first movie. We wanted it to feel like that those cabinet games were like little worlds unto their own. We're in Pac-Man, that there's different, the maze is kind of, that's like their home. The middle of it is where they have the Badanon meeting. We like to personify inanimate objects, things that are abstract, so it feels like it's a world that you could visit, and that the abstract nature of the internet, like algorithms, that those are the people that work, at these websites and apps. And I think that's key in so many animated films, that it needs to feel like that this is a world that is fantastic, but that is very similar to our own.
Tortita. Batido.
¡Aparta, niña! ¡Tortita! ¡Batido!
¡Mira lo que he encontrado! ¡Más tortita!
¡Vamos a darle caña! ¡Tortita, tortita!
Ralph, deberías de intentar darle de comer al gatito un rato.
¡No! El gatito se lleva el batido. El conejito se lleva la tortita.
I mean, that's certainly a byproduct of her story, but the biggest thing for us was the friendship between Ralph and Vanellope being at the core, and that idea that Ralph doesn't want change, and she does. Vanellope is all about what's next, and so creating that central conflict about a young woman that wants to live somewhere else and a friend that's holding on tight. That was more the key emotional story we were going for, and the fact that it has become, the feminist empowering story is certainly part of it, but I think it's even more universal than that. It's about friends who want two different things and learn to overcome their differences in order to save their friendship and make it even stronger.
¡Enhorabuena! ¡Has ganado!
¿De verdad? Estas 10 estrellas infantiles fueron a prisión. Son una alucina. Eso suena interesante.
¡Ralph, vamos!
But they saw in it the same thing that we did. That number one, it's kind of having some laughs, you know, at the expense of things that are unusual about these characters. And the more we started to kind of dig into it, I realized, like, all my life I've seen them as kind of that they are fashion models, you know. And as we were kind of writing the jokes about, you know, their different journeys, it made me realize again, some of these movies I haven't seen for a few years, that, my God, it's like they had unusual challenges, like every one of them, you know, that got them to the place where they're princesses now, but their journeys were difficult and really strange with some of them. So it's not, to me, it's not so much like we've blown up, you know, like the icons, but it's more of like that we've shown the audience again, like, remember, they weren't always beautiful models, you know, they went through some difficult things to get to their happy endings.
¡Hola! ¡Esperad! Yo también soy una princesa, chicas.
¿Y qué clase de princesa eres?
Esto...
¿Tienes pelo mágico?
No.
¿Manos mágicas?
No.
¿Los animales te hablan?
No.
¿Has sido envenenada?
No.
¿Maldecida?
No.
¿Secuestrada o esclavizada?
No, ¿estáis bien? Voy llamando a la policía.
¿Todo el mundo da por hecho que tus problemas se solucionan cuando aparece un hombre grande y fuerte?
Sí. ¿De qué va todo esto?
¡Es una princesa!